I am a Southern California surfer boy turned U.S. airman turned yogi turned small business owner turned advocate, and I have zero skills. And that's okay. What I've lacked in actual skills, the Air Force has taught me to make up with intellectual curiosity and the ability to complete a mission. So I'm not quite like a Marine, so I won't like plow things over, but I'm kind of interested in finishing and getting to the end. So here's our journey. The Air Force left me in Baltimore. I don't know if anyone's been to Baltimore before. They have a fantastic motto. It says, "Come for the crabs, stay because you were murdered." I'm staying right now. I'm trying to get out. But I live in a place called Compassion, and it's a pretty amazing place to live in. And very few sentient beings or things with hearts can do this. And I'm going to try to show you how to do it. So if it feels good to you and if you're able to, stand up. Actually, I just want to demonstrate that I'm the alpha male in here. So we're going to do two things, and you will get out of it what you put into it. So the first thing we're going to do is something like a progressive muscle relaxation, but I'm not going to let you relax. We're just going to get all of our muscles going. Do one of those things. So every muscle in your body, every muscle in your face, do it, and make the noise too, because it sounds awesome. Just go ahead and do it. Do it, do it, do it. Keep doing it, keep doing it. Go, go, go. Really, pump it up, pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. All right, stop. All right, so now what I'd like you to do, if it feels good for you, to close your eyes. And if it doesn't feel good, just turn your gaze down for a moment. And then, if you can, breathe exclusively in and out through your nasal passageway. Perhaps counting to 5 on the inhale and 5 on the exhale. All right, good. You can have a seat. Open your eyes first, please. As a yoga instructor, I tell people that there's only a few things you have to do. You have to breathe, and please don't fall because I will laugh, and that's probably not appropriate. So what we just did was something that no other living being on this earth can do. We just had what's called a felt experience, right? Initially, what I did is I had you charge all the muscles in your body, and I activated your sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight or flight system. So most of you probably, if you were doing it, perhaps you felt your heart rate getting kind of going, yeah? Self-identified, great. Very effective. It allows us not to be on the bottom of the food chain, but be on the top of the food chain, right? Oh, hold on. Thank you. Then the next thing we did was we started to slow things down. We got into what we call our sympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest, or feed and breed, if you will. And you probably felt a little bit better, right? No other creature can do that. A lot of veterans can't do that. Squirrels can't do that. I'm kind of like a squirrel in the sense that squirrels only think about food and not about procreation. My parasympathetic nervous system has been so activated for so long that all I think about is food, and I don't think about procreation. Not that I want any more kids, but I think you get the drift, right? I'm a squirrel. I have spent the last 26 years trying to find my why. Andrew kind of touched on it earlier about, what's your why? Why did you join the Air Force? I don't know. I wanted to get out of Simi Valley. Why did you stay for 24 years? I don't know. So we're going to try to find my why. Well, I've actually found it, but I'm going to kind of take you along the way. I'm a pacifist, not a pushover, and I love tacos. I was expecting Piper, who just retired. She's now going to Culinary Institute to bring tacos, and she didn't. So this is Piper. She used to be my friend. Oh, yeah, that's me doing this pose here, too, which I'm going to get Melissa to do here shortly. I like to touch my beard, too, apparently. I believe in humans, and I believe in being humane. I believe in giving back to the group of people, specifically veterans, who have given so much to me. I believe that support precedes action. In other words, if you don't feel supported, nothing happens, right? So if you've ever taken a yoga class before, if you ever end up in my yoga class and I start doing some crazy stuff, you're not going to be happy with yourself because you don't have a positive muscle memory, you don't feel good in that position, so you won't do something well, and you'll stop doing it. The brain is kind of crazy in that way where if you feed it fear, it will give you fear, right? There's a reason why you feel so good sitting down right now. Did anybody before they sat down go, I wonder if this chair will hold me? Or did you just sit down? Yeah. You know why? Because you have a positive muscle. You have support in this chair. You feel good in this chair. It's never broken before, so why would it break again? It's until that chair breaks, right? And you're like, I ain't sitting down ever again, right? So 23 and a half years in the Air Force. Did a lot of fantastic things. All these people tell you about all the great things you did. I did great things too, great. But to me today, it's not about the things that I did. It's about what I'm doing now. The Air Force gave me a lot of skills. It gave me, I think some of my family members would tell you that I still need to mature just a little bit, because what you see is really what you get. So if you can imagine what I looked like 26 years ago, right? But people change, right? I've seen people join the military and they were like, I want to make sure I use the most appropriate words, were mean people when they joined. And they were mean people when they got out. There were people I've met that were mean people when they joined, and they were nice people when they got out. And I've known a lot of people who are nice when they're joined, and now they're mean. I think that I pretty much stayed the same, minus the partying gifts that the Air Force gave me that most of them you can't see. Here's one of them. Both ears. Turns out I can't hear the female voice. I'm not joking. It's really awesome. There is one thing that definitely changed for me in the Air Force. When I first joined the Air Force, Joe Montana was like, that was my quarterback, right? So there was some intellectual growth. There was some empirical data along the way, and now I have a new favorite quarterback. Did he come up? There he is. So that's probably the only thing that's changed. And this is the heat of the whole conversation right here. I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to help you, use ice cream and your nose to help you find your why. Who believes me? You should, because I'm pretty smart. Thank you. Not even my family raised their hand. I'm just going to tell you. I know Piper wasn't going to. She's off the list. All right. If it feels good to you to close your eyes, close your eyes. And if it doesn't, just turn your gaze down. And if that doesn't feel good, it'll just be some awkward eye contact with you and me for the next 2 minutes, right? So the first thing I want you to do is to think about ice cream. I like to say use your mind's eye or whatever creative intellects you have to develop something about ice cream. Okay, good. Stay here. I want you to bring your awareness now to the base of your nose, specifically your left and right nostril. Noticing that as you inhale, your breath is cool, and as you exhale, your breath is warm. It's all part of your autonomic nervous system, and most of us take our breath for granted all the way to the very last one, and then it's too late. If you can, see if you can notice which side of your nasal passageway is more open. And then from here, go to the side that's less open and see if you're able to bring more air through that side of your nasal passageway. Good. When you're ready, open your eyes. Who was able to identify which side of the nasal passageway was more open? Awesome. Who was able to, like, once you're like, oh man, it's my left side, was able to get more breath through your left side? Only a couple people. The rest of you, sorry, I can't help you. You know, I don't know what it is. Maybe given a different situation, different environment, more time, we probably would have been able to get there. Ice cream. Raise your hand if you want to tell me what you saw. Please, I only have 10 minutes. Go ahead. Oh, damn right you saw it. You better believe you saw a whole bucket of it. Right. Me too. Me too. Who else wants to help me out here? Yes, ma'am.
It was ice cream my grandpa used to buy me when I was a little girl.
That's even better, because there's next level beats there that I could talk like 2 hours, but I can't on it. Did anyone see the words ice and the word cream? No, because we're visual people. The eye will only let you see what the mind is ready to comprehend. Did anyone, before I told you to check out your nasal passageway, know that your left side was more open than the right side? Was that on anyone's radar? No. You know why? Because it didn't concern you at the time. Clearly, not being able to breathe more out of one side of your nasal passageway is not a showstopper. But when we take time to pause, when we take time to be mindful and present, we have the ability to heal ourselves, right? Today it was ice cream in your nasal passageway. But why is it every time you stand up, your heart starts pounding? Why don't you take a moment, connect with your breath and find out. So that's what I had to do. I have these cognitive distortions. In other words, on a scientific level, my amygdala does not like to talk to my prefrontal cortex, and it doesn't know when to send cortisol, when to send dopamine, and all these other things. So I like to get into fights with people because I need my dopamine hit, right? Knowingly or unknowingly, I don't feel good, you're the lucky guy, right? Sorry, I just wanted to pick the biggest guy in here just to show So I have to find techniques. One of the techniques is what we just did. Just connecting with our breath, slowing down. When we took those deep breaths in the beginning, that allowed you to bring 20% more oxygen to your prefrontal cortex. It's basically the quarterback of your brain. I happen to have Tom Brady in my front, so I'm a little bit better than most people. So whatever you have in your prefrontal cortex, regardless, you could have, what's his name, Kaepernick? He probably needs to do a little bit more breathing. I'm just saying, I'll put that out there, right? Perhaps he's not breathing, because the prefrontal cortex allows you to make a good decision. And I can't remember the last time you made a good decision. Just saying. So I have to find my why. And this picture really demonstrates my why. I'm pretty proud of that picture. Because I'm 43 in that picture, right? And I'm doing a handstand. Most of us stopped doing handstands like 12 before puberty, right? I'm also in the best shape of my life in that picture. When I retired, I put on 40 pounds, whatever. Cholesterol went to like 290, whatever. So this is my bear. I think I mentioned the bear in the beginning. The central nervous system, the fight or flight and the rest to digest, the reptilian mind that we have, allows us to recognize a bear and say, oh, that bear wants to eat me. I'm gonna run. People with PTSD don't stop running. When I'm able to do a pose like this, I'm able to control my mind and body for a period of time. It's not about being able to do a handstand, because anybody can do a handstand. Trust me, I can get you to do a handstand. To do a handstand, you have to be able to stop the bear. You have to, for a moment, find something that's bigger than you so that you can move forward. You have to find your why. What is your why? I can't really help many more people if I can't help myself. And there's one person. And just so you know, I have emotional problems and I don't cry, ever. So this is kind of crazy. I didn't expect this at all. My wife should mark this because I don't cry. This guy is my son. And he has debilitating.
I imagine.
Right. So he has debilitating, I'm trying to get back to the very top level here. He has debilitating OCDs. He doesn't talk to me. But he stood next to me. So he is my why. That's all I got today. I think I'm over time too, so thanks.